Have you tried to set goals before and you've just failed at some point? You're not alone. Everybody does it every new year. We all set new goals that we just can't keep. Let's learn to change that and let's set goals that are going to allow us to reach our dreams and where we really want to be. Ready to go? Let's do this. Hey, my name's Darnell. I spent 15 years in Navy Special Operations as an EOD tech. Pretty much that means I just took apart bombs. And I was able to retire at the age of 43 due to my passive income in real estate. So I know all about setting goals and having your mindset straight so that you're able to achieve what you want to achieve and live the life you want to live. This week, I'm going to go over the foundation for goal setting. I think we've all heard that the foundation of a house is the most important. You don't want to build your house on sand, you want to build it on rock, on something that's strong. And it goes the same in other parts of our lives. What is the foundation, though? The foundation is actually our mindset. It's the story we tell ourselves, the story that can change everything when we're setting our goals and trying to achieve our dreams. The steps we'll be covering are these. Recognize the stories we tell ourselves, change the stories we tell ourselves, and then even use those stories to overcome any obstacles while we're trying to achieve our goals and our dreams. So in the first step of recognizing the story we tell ourselves, it's important to understand we are all telling ourselves some sort of story. The hard part is we don't always realize the story we're telling ourselves. I know I had that issue a little while ago. So how do we know what these stories are that we're telling ourselves and whether they're true or not? Mine was, I was playing with my kids down at the lake. We were walking around, looking at the ducks and the geese and everything on a nice fall day. And as we were walking back to the house, there's stairs that lead back up to the house. And it's about 5 stories worth of stairs. Well, about halfway up of this staircase, I physically felt out of breath. My heart was pounding. I was just beat up. And it didn't make sense to me because that's not who I was. I used to be able to run upstairs for our PTs and exercises. I was climbing mountains. I was doing long ruck hikes of 10 or 12 miles. And that was something that I could do. So it didn't make sense. Because in my mind, I thought I was still in that kind of shape. Why in the world was I so far behind? And that's when I sat there and it popped into my head was because I don't go out and run anymore. I'm not climbing mountains or anything. I'm sitting behind a desk. I'm doing a desk job. And even after that, I was kind of a couch potato. I wasn't watching diet anymore. I wasn't doing anything that I should be doing to have that physical ability. My brain and the story that I was telling myself that I was a high performer physical athlete was not true with what my body was because I wasn't taking care of it. So the story that I was telling myself was at a mismatch. I was lying to myself. I'd heard that statement before and I'd never understood it. But really, I was lying to myself. So I had to come clean. Have you ever had an experience like that in your life where things just don't match up? So here's the first step in this. And this one's actually a challenge, a real challenge. Take some time today after you watch this video, pause it for 5 minutes, and try to think of 1 or 2 instances that you have in your life where something doesn't match up. Whether it's your mental and your physical, whether it's something with your finances, your health. Write 1 or 2 down. That's really the first step, is identifying what the issue might be, what the story is that you can change, which easily leads into step 2. Once you realize what the story is, you just have to change that story. And I think that starts with Johnny Nash and his famous song. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Okay, no more singing from me. I can see all obstacles in my way. So once you can see those obstacles, you can now adapt to them. You can change your story and get through those obstacles that are keeping you from getting to your goals and dreams. So with mine, I knew I was out of shape. I knew that I couldn't breathe. So what was I going to do? I went to my fallback during my Navy career, which was we used to run 3, 4, 5 miles every morning. So I was just going to start running. So I got up that first Monday morning, because that's when you're going to start those awesome goals. I put on the tennis shoes I had, and I went out to go for a run. Quick 3 miles. I made it about 100 yards, and I was totally out of breath, and I was actually even mentally defeated, because I still, even though I realized my stories were mismatched, not living up to my mental story of being physically fit was kind of an ego crush. So I had to step back, and I had to come up with a great plan of how I could fix this. That plan to just get up and run fell flat like most people's New Year's resolutions. I didn't think it out well, it wasn't planned well, and I hadn't changed my story at all. I was still feeling like a high-level athlete when I was down here. And so I made a workout program and I set goals up here when I needed to be down here. So I changed that story in my mind. I didn't give up that story. I said, I have to come up with clear goals and an action plan that's going to be able to take me from the bottom to the top. I had to change my mindset. Just align your mindset with where you are in things, whether it's investing, whether it's relationships, or whether for me, like it was physical. And that's where I've been for the last 3 months, is executing a plan to get me there. And now I'm back to running 4 miles a day, and everything is feeling great. But it took me a long time. Well, it took me 3 months of changing my mindset to start to get back to that place where you can grow. And if you keep on and you get this mindset and story sorted in the beginning, you can achieve anything. If you're getting value from this, let me know. Hit the like button. Leave something in the comments that's motivational, that's helped you out, and that will also help other people out. So part 3, use that story to overcome obstacles. For instance, in mine was, I didn't want to be a couch potato anymore. I didn't want to be out of shape. I didn't want to be overweight. Those were a mental motivator to say, if I don't get up in the morning when I want to sleep in, I'm going to fall back into this. If I don't do these things, I'm going to go back to a place where I didn't want to be. Here's my dream and here's my goal, and I have this vision of it. And my vision is to be fit and healthy again, like I used to be out on hikes with the kids, to be kayaking, canoeing, stand-up paddling, scuba diving, parachuting. That's where I came from, and that's where I wanted to get back to. And every time I said to myself, I might not want to go running, it's cold out, it's whatever, and my mind started to get an excuse, I was able to put those 2 images into my mind, and that was the real choice towards the goal. Do you want to be where you were and unhappy, or do you want to go to where you're gonna be happy and satisfied and successful and achieving all of those dreams? So use those stories, use those visions in your mind to motivate you, to keep you going, to keep your mindset strong. And whatever it is, whether it's a physical goal, whether it's a financial goal, or whether they're relationship goals, take whatever that first goal is and write it down and keep it on your desk. Millionaires and billionaires all review their goals daily. And if it's written down on your desk, that one goal, and you're reviewing it multiple times throughout the day, it's actually going to get set in your brain, and it's going to keep helping your mindset, and you're going to be able to achieve any goal you want to. So thank you so much for starting with Series 1 in this. There's going to be much more information. Today, go ahead and think about a few things that you want to change, and then pick one and set a realistic 1-month goal. You could set a 5-year or a 1-year, but it's so much more helpful in changing your mindset to just pick one goal and get into the habit of it for 1 month. It'll make an absolute difference. Don't overwhelm yourself. If it's a goal like running or moving more or changing your diet, I have a bunch of other videos of where I started. I started with a T-2 month program to where I wanted to be, and then a T-1 month program, where each of those months I simply added one more thing on that I wanted to do to start getting towards the program and moving forward towards my goal. If you want some journals to check out, there's a couple recommendations down in the links below. And this is a great way to have structured questions that you can ask yourself every day at the end of the day. Review it in the morning before you get started. And that's another great way just to keep your goals in your mind and keep your mindset sorted out. Also, there's going to be a couple other videos up here that'll be following along with this series and other recommendations of whatever YouTube thinks is the best. On the other side will be the awesome notifications and subscriptions and subscribing to the channel. And it's great. Why did I pick that photo? I picked a photo from a little while back when I was working out hard, because that's the mental goal I want. That is my mental story. And now I'm going to have to use that to continue on. All right. Hey, have a great day. Thank you so much for listening. And let me know in the comments what things you came up with and what things are helping you out during these journeys that you're going through.